Yo, DJ, put a nigga back to the record, baby, and give me this right now.
Hello, I'm Bill Gates, and this is Star Wars. I'm going to show you the solo modes. Now, many people think with all the friends, and especially the ladies in my life, I wouldn't have much time to take out a mode like Battles Hoth. And there are different Battles modes, and I've played them all. As a matter of fact, I've had a lot of experience playing just with myself. Now people would say, Bill, why are you playing it on a PlayStation? Don't you have faith in your own equipment? I'll tell you what. There's no equipment finer than mine. Yep. When you're coming to look at the full package, I've got it. But I thought I should see what the competition is doing so I can crush them in the most inhumane way I can think of. Except for that thermodetonator thing, that was unusual. But I will win, believe me, at all costs. Everyone else around me will pay for not playing my way. Now, this particular mode, and there are several in the earliest special, the first editions of it, they have you pick up the little gold coins. And it turns out, as one of my friends pointed out, that this is like picking up dog tags off your victims in war to confirm your kills. I'm not sure how I feel about that. To a degree, I think it's dumb. I'm here to win, not pick up dog tags. But I can do that too. Now, if I were playing against a human being, I would have had to reuse my rifle butt twice. I like it this way. It's much more efficient. It's like before the FCC got a hold of my company and made it to where we had to lag on a bunch of inefficiency. See? I defeated the enemy. The enemy went down before me. Just like many people will go down before me. Well, I was just thinking about, people may want to know a little about me. I started the company Microsoft, and they're thinking, Bill, why didn't you pick a sexier name? And I have to say, Microsoft is as sexy as it gets. Women like a micro and soft. How do I know? Well, once I formed the company and explained that, hey ladies, this is what I've got, Microsoft, they came knocking at my door. I couldn't chase them away with a stick. Oh, this is the survival mode. And it is on Tatooine. And check it out. Here come the Imperials. And you have to survive an Imperial onslaught. Now in this particular scene, my only enemy left is an AT-ST. And see, this is like PlayStation's junk equipment. It will fall before me. We don't even bother to look at what Nintendo makes anymore. You see, right now they have something out called the Switch, and they're like, this is the next thing, Bill. Look at that. I'm like, no, it's Nintendo. We're like Coke. We're all American here at Microsoft and Xbox. PlayStation's kind of like Pepsi. They want to be like the world power player. And then there's Nintendo, kind of like RC. It might be a great product, but no one really wants it after all. So I won't worry about that. Ooh, there's an orbital strike. That comes from power-ups. There's lots of power-ups available in that. Now here's the hero battle. Now, you can use any of the heroes in a hero battle that are available. And I'm looking at the evil ones, but you know who I have to choose first as a hero. Someone I relate to immensely. Yes, Lando Calrissian. It's not because I'm black. Quite far from it. You may have not noticed that from my voice and my soulful intonations. In reality, it's how smooth I am. The ladies love me. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a multi-billionaire. I never had time for much. Well, I always had time for Jenny McCarthy back in the 90s. Which, if you're out there, Jenny, I still kind of like you. Melinda wouldn't mind. You're on my kind of like fantasy list. And, you know, I could buy a small nation for you if you like it. But, you know, I don't think you would do anything for money. Because, you know, what kind of girl are you really? When you were getting on the internet and showing your wonderful body off, I'm sure it had nothing to do with the money you would get. Now, I borrowed my friend Darth Double Daddy's account because I don't want to own a PlayStation, and I had to try it on something. Here is a skirmish walker mode. This is an add-on mode that they put on, where it's pretty incredibly easy to win the game. Which, I like it. I like my enemies and competition to fall over before me, just like a woman when I say, "Hey, I am the Microsoft guy." And you know, they're really in for the product that I have. Not the fact that I'm a multi-billionaire. That's a hint, gentlemen. Undersell yourselves. Women love it. Yep, here I am, marching through the woods and tearing down all my victims. It's kind of reminiscent back to when all those little companies were out there, and I would make a product like theirs and include it into my Windows software, and their companies would die. However, I would like to point out that there is the benefit of standardization, and it wasn't just a cruel business practice in hopes that people would kill themselves. Everyone knows I'm a nice person and give to charities to where people who are retarded from hunger and covered in fleas will hopefully someday not be that way. However, if they get smart enough to be my competition, I will ruin them. Which brings me to my next hero that I play. Emperor Palpatine. Again, another sexy man who knows how to wield power, with amazingly enormous hands, and a wonderful smile. Look at that. Now, if you're thinking, this looks good on the PlayStation, I wish you could see it on an Xbox. Few things compare to an Xbox. Buy an Xbox. It's not just I need more money. Like I need more money. Who cares? I have all the money in the world. Quite literally. Me and Warren. Sorry about that. Chokes me up thinking about what a wonderful friend Mr. Buffett has always been to me. Anyway, I think if you bought this on Xbox, you would be finding it to be a much superior product. And, like that weird little noise he makes, would sound that much better. The lightning bolts would be that much better on an Xbox. Now here's a little part here that I love. I'm going to hop up, and I have just introduced myself to one of my enemies and killed him. But this part here reminds me when I first formed Windows. These three little guys remind me of the ones who were the word processor, the spreadsheet, and the accountancy suite that I put into Microsoft. They all went down pretty much at the same time. Now, some people say that's reptilian and cold-blooded and pretty much heartless, which I like from time to time. It reminds me of Bosk. However, on this particular thing, I wanted to show that aside from micro-grenades and all the other fun stuff... Oh, don't crouch, Bosk. That's not very gentlemanly. It has this weird stuff. Man, I thought I was having a flashback from that time I ate about 20 gummy bears off of Warren Buffett's desk. Those were good times. Well, my 10 minutes are up, and I need some private time for what Melinda doesn't want to do. That leaves me only about 2 minutes, so I've got to go, my friends. And Matt asked me to say, goats out. Goats out.